The Intense Mindset releases on June 13th, and it surprised the out of me. The original and the Perfect really didn't appeal to me because the general shape doesn't fit my game, so I fully expected this ball to go right back in the box after I was done filming, not have me counting down the days until it was announced and I could finally take it to League. I am of course bowling on Kegel Chromium at Royal Crest Lanes as usual. The lane graph is linked in the description if you want a look at the details. As we take a look at my layout, there are also instructional videos linked in the description to teach you about layouts and cores if you don't understand what any of the numbers mean. I also have links and discount codes for my sponsors down there. Supporting them supports me and helps to keep the videos coming, plus it gets you some cool stuff in the process. B7 shiny ASIMs as a whole have mostly missed for me because the combination of traction and shape is just too much most of the time. Can't get them to slow down, and if I do, I can't get them through the pins the right way because they're also strong enough that getting them down the lane is an additional concern. This is more of a lefty problem than an actual problem. I mean, I can't throw the hammer effect either, and I literally haven't heard one single person say a bad word about it, so hashtag context. Beyond that, the general shape of the mindset line, the slight tumble with the more hockey stick-ish directional shape off the end of the pattern, isn't bad for me until it's ASIM strong, then it's angle issues for days. It's either jerk stop / puke, or diving through the nose for big splits, so I was very not optimistic about the Intense. The details are simple. It's the same mindset core at a low 247 RG, a strong 050 differential, and a high torque 021 int diff, and it's a Pearl version featuring the same HK22 base Evolution additive cover formula, of course coming polished out of the box. This thing is red Kool-Aid, straight up. I don't know what's different or why it's different. I'm definitely not throwing it any better than normal, but it's cleaner than most of the other big ASIMs, and while it really moves on the back end, it doesn't springboard off friction, so it's a very weird mix of clean and bouncy while being oddly forgiving to the point of being confusing. I feel like calling it blendy is contradictory, but it controls the friction and doesn't instantly react to it while still creating a lot of shape down lane. Because it does slow down the friction response ever so slightly, that blends and rounds the shape on the back end so it doesn't go forward or stand up on me, despite still very obviously being a mindset with that kind of hockey stick hook set directional arc. It glides through the fronts, it just straight up ignores the first 20 to 30 feet, but usually when balls do that, they're really sensitive and inconsistent. It still manages to gradually wind up and read the lane so that it's ready to pick up and go instead of wiggling or getting behind it. It's remarkably consistent and controllable for how clean it is, and then it almost seems to accelerate on the back end and has a lot of authority through the pins. I mean, specifically watch how it goes through the pins. It's incredibly readable, you know exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. It's just crispy as shit, that's all I can say. This one got me. On the live comm, I said I think they named him wrong. This one should have been the perfect mindset because I have nothing remotely negative to say about it. Typically, I also take the shine off and look at it with some surface on it, but after watching this, would you? There's absolutely no reason for me to screw with this ball reaction, so I didn't. Sorry. I'm going to compare it to the Beyond Infinity because if I'm being consistent with gripes between companies or bringing the same energy, it's also a shiny Pearl ASIM from BRUNSWICK that just came out 2 weeks ago, which raised an eyebrow. These two balls aren't remotely similar for me though, and I think you could already see that without me saying anything. The Beyond is a little earlier but much smoother. It has a much more pronounced tumble and is more of a continuous climbing reaction. They are similar strengths, though I'm also pretty pleased with it because it's the rare big shiny ASIM that's actually throwable for me. The Theorem has also been amazing, but that's been it. I've liked virtually all of them, but most have just been unthrowably strong and sharp like I said. The Intense for me is pretty similar to the Theorem. The Theorem is just again a fairly different shape. It's much rounder and is more continuous. Similar lengths and friction responses, just quite a bit different shape through the pins that fairly significantly changes my lane play between the two. The Beyond gives me a cleaner look that really controls the back ends. The Theorem is great at fading and pocket splashing when I need something cleaner than the Beyond that doesn't roll so heavy or so early. And the Intense is now going to fit right in there and specialize in digging on the back end when the Theorem gets a little wiggly or the Beyond is too early and or slow. Once again, the Intense Mindset will be releasing June 13th with Radical's Crazy Numbers Max Bias and very intriguing Rattler New, which features the new blue cover. Columbia 300 Super Nostalgic Messenger Power Core Pearl, and Trax Transition Killing Tundra Blue Fire. Also, please hit the description, too many links and codes to keep dragging out every video with. Bowler's Mart link, CoolWick discount code, Nexus Backpack V2 discount link, lane condition, layout and core videos, Patreon, Discord, all of it. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you. Oh, okay, so, yeah, I'm good like that. I'm testing balls out here. You know, I gotta throw them everywhere. And that was terrible. I'm still struck. Grab the piss out of that. That's in. God. Having me sounding like a Kool-Aid drinker here. That was stupid wrist. And it still picked up and went, so I don't know, man. I'm trying to throw like an idiot, but it's idiot proof. Boy, and that's gonna be great for so many bowlers you don't even know. I don't know, man. I could, woman, whoever's watching, appreciate you all. Man, woman, giraffe, zebra, cat, I don't care. That's really good. Yeah, if that one didn't strike, we were gonna dumpster that sucker right now. I don't throw many that good.